We're going to start out with our spoolie. You want to brush your eyebrows, make sure they're going in a good direction. You actually want to make sure your eyebrows are cleaned up. Even though we're using the concealer method, you don't want to make it look as if you're using the concealer in order to cover up your undone eyebrows. So make sure your eyebrows are nice and clean. And then you want to use a spoolie and brush them in a nice even direction. Depending on how your eyebrows grow, you may need to brush them up or to the side. Okay, after that, we're going to use our eyebrow pencil. Like I explained to you, my daughter's dog ate it up. But we're only going to use this to outline the eyebrow. Now, my eyebrows are pretty good width. I like the size that they are. But I'm going to go a little bit outside of the eyebrow just to give me a little bit more to work with. And later with the concealer, we'll actually cover it up. Now, on this eyebrow, as you can see, I have a little gap here. So I'll actually be using this eyebrow pencil to make the line there as if I already got some eyebrow there. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. And you can use short strokes, you can use long strokes, whichever you're most comfortable with, whichever works for you. Now once they're lined up, just on the outside. Okay? The eyebrows are nice and lined up just on the outside. So bring them to a point with the pencil on the tips. Now we're going to use this MAC Fluid Line Brow Gel Cream Deep Dark Brunette. We're going to use that to fill in our eyebrows. You're also going to get your brow brush. This brow brush here is a little bit thicker, a little bit bigger than normal, but it helps to kind of fill in the eyebrow. Now we're only going to do just a little dab. You don't have to scoop it out because it's kind of jelly. So just a little dab. And then when you put it in your eyebrow, just dab it in there kind of lightly. You don't want to use too much because then you're going to make the eyebrows look more cartoonish, a little bit too thick, a little bit too dark. You're going to do both like that. Just dab it on in there just to fill it in. And if you get a little bit on the outside of the line that you did, it's okay. Because we'll be able to fix that with the concealer later. So now that they're both filled in, we're going to put this away. We're going to go back to our spoolie. We're going to take it and just kind of take some of the color out a little bit. Make it look a little bit more realistic. Brush it out so it's not as harsh and dark. This also helps to, if you have some flyaway eyebrows, helps them to lay a little bit flatter too. And then you kind of want to take it a little bit out past where you were, where the lines were. You want to take it and fade it out a little bit because you don't want it to be squared off. You don't want your eyebrows to be too squared off. So you take the color out a little bit, gives it a fade effect. And once again, if you make the brow gel or the liner go outside, it's okay. We'll clean that up. Now, I have the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct Palette Medium Dark. I actually like this better because it comes with 4 different concealers, 2 correctors. But what happens is in the summertime, you know, we tend to get a little bit darker, a little bit lighter. So I don't have to go out and buy so many of the concealers because they all kind of come in one. So we're going to take our brow pencil, our angle liner actually, nice and sharp. Make sure you have a nice and sharp one. And what I usually like to do is use a lighter concealer on the bottom. So we're going to take this one here. It doesn't have to be much. And I actually just start out right at the tip. Then I take the other side and glide it on. If you do it in small strokes, it's a little bit easier because that way you're not messing up the actual line. Okay, now once you've done the bottom, what you actually want to do is take your finger and blend it downward. You don't want to have the concealer so caked up right up underneath to where it's noticeable. So you want to just blend it down into your skin. Most likely if you're doing your eyebrows, you're probably going to be wearing makeup. So this will all be covered later. But you want to take it and blend it down into your skin. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and do the, like I said, I'm using the lightest one I have. So we're going to use the lightest one on the other eyebrow.
Right now, you could be working toward an exciting new career in criminal justice or business administration, all while listening to your favorite music. Bonner College, right here in Atlanta, offers educational training for law enforcement, correctional officers, public safety, and corporate security. Don't miss this opportunity to join the men and women already on the path to a new and exciting career in criminal justice. Be a part of the Cold Case Institute and help with unsolved crimes. Classes are forming right now for criminal justice and also business administration. Get started today. Visit bonner.edu or simply click the banner for Bonner College. Additional heading training or education may be required for law enforcement positions.
What will you do in 2014?
Okay, same thing with this one. Go ahead and take it. Take your finger and blend out the concealer.
University Global Campus. Classes are 100% online. This may be your best option to complete your bachelor's degree or finally earn your master's degree. At CSU,
And this will also help if you like the thicker eyebrows. You wouldn't go as deep in. If you like the thinner ones, you'll be able to go in a little bit deeper, but it gives you something to work with. So you're kind of making the actual arch of the eyebrow with the concealer. And like I said, we're not trying to cover up the fact that my eyebrows aren't done, because they are. We're just trying to make perfect, nice, beautiful looking eyebrows. Okay? So now that we have the bottoms done, as you can see on both of them, the bottoms are completed. We're going to go one step above and use this one here. Sometimes, depending on how jazzy I'm feeling, I may use this one, but today I'm going to use this one. It's just a step above the lighter one, but I'm going to use this one for the top. So we're going to take it, do the same thing for the top. Kind of see where you want to start it at. Then once you do that, you'll take it in. The smaller the strokes, the better, so you don't run the risk of messing up into the eyebrow that you've already created. Okay, and then we're going to take the same finger, even though it's the one with the lighter concealer, but we're going to rub upwards because you don't want to get it into the eyebrow and turn the actual brow colors. But just go ahead and rub it in there. And as you can see, rubbing the concealer in kind of warms it up a little bit so it'll blend better into your skin tone. Now sometimes, depending on how I'm feeling, I may put just a little bit here, but then I also just rub that back out. Like I said, you don't want your eyebrows to look cartoonish, so you don't want them to be very pointy and square. So we're going to go over to the other one. Now you have that one on there. Go ahead and rub your concealer upward. Get the little concealer line out of there. Blend it right on in around the tips. So in that way the concealer, so just in case you're not wearing makeup, you won't feel like you have big concealer lines around your eyes. It'll look a little bit more natural. Just rub it in. Because like I said, we're not using it to cover up our eyebrows, we're just using it to sharpen the look of our eyebrows. Put a little bit there, rub it out. Make sure you get those corners so you get those points out of there. And there you have it. You have eyebrows that are nicely done. A couple of steps. You don't have to be a professional makeup artist to notice them. The concealer underneath will actually use as a highlighter if you are wearing eye makeup. But on the top, you can barely see them, and you're free and ready to go about your day.